We are back and better than ever, baby. Welcome to episode 2 of the For Knits and Giggles channel. My name is Sille. I am your host. Here we love to talk about fiber arts. Mostly we focus on knitting, a little bit of crochet, actually a good amount of crochet this episode. Some, I guess, embroidery that doesn't really happen, if I'm going to be quite honest. It's mostly knitting and some crochet. But all the fiber arts are welcome here, and I'm so excited that I'm here for another episode. I guess we'll go ahead and get started. How we're going to format this video is pretty similar to the last one. We'll talk about finished objects, WIPs, future plans, and then maybe some acquisitions. I know in my last video, I said a lot of things in my last video, and I'm not gonna lie, I did pretty much the opposite of what I said I was gonna do. And I'll talk about it as we progress, but let's go ahead and get started with our finished objects. Actually, first, before you do that, go ahead and grab your drink. Grab your snack if you want, and then we can go ahead and get started. Today I'm drinking Schilling's Cider House Imperial Pineapple Cider, pineapple passion fruit. This is what it looks like. It's really cute. My sister brought it for me, so thank you. We had a little Friendsgiving the week before Thanksgiving, and it was just a really nice experience. This is the first time that we host something like this, me and my boyfriend. That's the cat food, I'm sorry. But anyways, like I was saying, we hosted our first Friendsgiving, and I had a friend come from out of town, and my sister came from out of town as well. She lives in San Francisco. Shout out to my sister. But she came to visit. She brought us a bunch of ciders, some wine. It was a really good time. We had a really good dinner, and it was just nice to spend some time with the people that we really care about in our new-ish place. Anyways, I guess I'm gonna start off with the first finished object, which is what you're seeing here, the porcelain sweater. And I'll try to back up a little bit and see if I can get the full picture. If not, I'll definitely add some pictures and maybe like a little video on the side. I'm working out this whole editing thing, and I'm trying to get better at it, so bear with me. Here it is. I don't know if you can see the edging. I did just a regular bind off, but I bound off loosely, and I think it's really showing. It doesn't necessarily flare out at the bottom, but it's not the cleanest, so I might eventually go back and fix that. I did make the sleeves way different from the pattern. I also did, all of my edging has this nice green color, which is the color that I used for the leaf motif. So I used cream, I used Knitting for Olive Heavy Merino in cream, charcoal, which is like the main, cream is the main color, charcoal is the secondary color, and then I use a tertiary color. The pattern doesn't necessarily talk about using a third color, but I just thought it would be really cute with the leaf motif to add just a little bit of a pop of something. And honestly, like I had mentioned before, the green is very similar in shade to the black. When you're outside, you can definitely see the difference when the sun is hitting, but inside or when the lights are dim, I can imagine that it looks almost the same. But I just thought it was a nice little additional like surprise for me, I guess. I don't know. I just thought it made the pattern a little bit nicer for me to work on, just adding a third color. I learned so much with this pattern. I had done color work once before, like I had mentioned previously, but it wasn't my best work, and I definitely didn't do, that was more intarsia knitting, and this was more Fair Isle knitting, where I carried my yarn over throughout the project. I'll show you a little bit here. You can see, I'm wearing sweatpants, guys, don't judge me, but you can see the inside, which means Fair Isle, I guess, is when you carry your floats, and make sure that you catch them every 4 to 5 stitches. So I made sure to do that, and a lot of the pattern is for at least or how do I explain this? A lot of the pattern is easy to do Fair Isle. So I went with it. It was very nice. Learning how to flick. I'm a continental knitter. I am a continental knitter. So learning how to flick with my right hand was really hard in the beginning, but as I progressed through the project, it got a lot more fun and a lot more rhythmic, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed color work by the end of it. And I would definitely want to do something color work related again. I don't know if this sweater necessarily, just because it's just like a couple of other projects that I've done, it's so one of a kind that I don't think that I need a second one. If I do in the future at some point, I would make it with a dark main color and then a light contrasting secondary color. And I think that would be really cute. I've seen a couple of porcelain sweaters like that on Instagram, and that would probably be the only way that I would make another one. Unless like a friend requested it as a gift or something like that, then I would also make them one similar to this even. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But anyways, I love this pattern. I love this sweater. I did the 3rd size, which is a medium, and definitely have some positive ease. I need to get better about filming like before and after blockings, but I can tell you that this pattern grew a lot in a good way. I wanted it to grow because at first it was definitely very cinched. Some of the stitches were a lot more uneven. That's another thing that I need to work on, is my tensioning. You can see like through the project where I was getting more comfortable with my with holding both colors, where it starts to kind of even out a little bit. But even then you can tell like there's definitely some things that I need to work on. And then I think that I knit so loose on my colors that my primary, like when I switched over to just the main color, you can see like the stitch differences if you look up close. And that's just because I was definitely, when I do continental, I knit a lot tighter. So yeah, that's it. The sleeves, I did a really rapid decrease at the end. I just knit 2 together all the way around, and then I did my ribbing with basically half of the stitches that were mentioned in the pattern. I had initially done one big sleeve. I hadn't cinched it up, but I was showing it to my boyfriend, and he made a good point, and he was like, if you're gonna wear that during the cold, isn't the sweater just gonna let a lot of cold air in? And I think he was right. So I took my cuff apart. I was already done with one sleeve. I took it apart, and then I just did the knit 2 together and tightened the cuffs. I thought it was gonna be a little bit tight, but they've honestly loosened up over time. I like to do this a lot, just in general when I'm walking or when I'm sitting, whatever, just in general, I like to do this, and they've definitely stretched out a little bit. I love this sweater, and it's definitely gonna be my Christmas sweater. I'm wearing it today because I just felt like I had to show it off at the office. Every time I'm done with a knit, I feel like I have to go in and kind of just wear it and show it off. And typically I get 1 or 2 comments asking if that's the sweater that I finished, because sometimes a lot of times I'll take my projects to work and everyone likes to ask and see what's going on, and then they're like shocked when the finished product comes out. So it's fun. It's like a little treat for everyone, I feel like. Yeah. And so that's my first finished object. And then I only have one more finished object. This one's a lot smaller, and it is the hipster hat by Purl Soho. I think this is going to be a gift knit. I don't necessarily know for who yet. It is a little bit big on me. This still needs to be blocked, by the way. But I'm finishing up another beanie, which you'll see in my WIPs. And then I'll go ahead and block them together. But it might be a little big. I did use superwash yarn from a store in Southern California called Buku Yarns. I think I talked about it in my other video as well. I bought it last month when I was down there for work. And it's a really, really beautiful yarn. It's like a pink-ish variegated yarn with speckles of different colors. It has like a dark pink, red, orange, blue, brownish purpley speckle, and then the main color is like a variegated nudie pink, or maybe mauve-y pink. Anyways, I did the adult small in the Purl Soho. I think it's a little bit big. want to try it on just because I don't want to ruin my hair. It's not the nicest hair, okay? I know, but I don't want to fluff it all up. Let me see. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, I hope it was recording this whole time. If not, I'm going to be really sad. But this is what it looks like. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a little loose on me, but it is super wash yarn. So I'm thinking that I can wash it and then put it in the dryer and it might just tighten up a little bit. We'll see. I hope it's not super ruined. I love this pattern. I thought it was really cute. This is my first knit beanie ever. I've never made a knitting accessory, and this was the first one. I thoroughly enjoyed it, so much so that I have a second one in the works already. And I guess that means that now we'll move on to WIPs. I don't want to spend too much time talking about these today. All right, my first WIP is another watch cap beanie from Purl Soho in this beautiful variegated green. Is it variegated or tonal? No, it's definitely, I think it's variegated because it's different shades of green. And this is what it's knitting up like. I love this color. So initially what I was gonna do is I was gonna have this one have this color stripe, like, so that they could be inverted. But I love this color so much. I was also gonna gift this, but I love this too much to gift. Like, this color is beautiful, and I think that I would actually wear this a lot here. I'm from Southern California, so it doesn't normally ever get really, really cold. But when I moved to Sacramento, now that I'm in Sacramento and I'm experiencing winter, it's very, very different. So I'm definitely gonna use this, and I'm excited. I don't know, there's something about this color and just green in general that I love so much. So I'm excited to knit this up. I'm taking my time with this. I started this, I want to say like over a month ago. I actually have the dates. Oh, okay. I started this November 8th, and then I didn't work on it for a long time. I think I worked on it for like an hour, knit a few inches, and then I didn't knit on it again until like the day, oh, Thanksgiving Day actually. On my way to SoCal, we took a little road trip, my boyfriend and I and my sister, to visit my parents, and I decided that that was a good time to work on this along with some other projects, which is why I didn't make a lot of progress. But I'm taking my time with this. I don't need it right now, and I know that if I really wanted to, I could finish it in 2 days. I finished this hat in like 3 or 4 days. It was really quick. I just wanted to get it done to see what it would look like, because I was so excited. And yeah, it was really fast. It knit up super fast, and I know that I could do the same for this if I really wanted to, but I'm gonna take my time. I'm not in a super big rush, which is why I have so many WIPs. Last time, oh, before I say that actually, so this was done in Buku Supernova DK. It's a 75% superwash merino and a 25% nylon, in the color Wild Horses. That's the main color. The secondary color, which is my main color here, is Dream in the color Scorched Lime. This is 100% superwash merino, so it doesn't have the stretch that this one is going to have, which I think I'll be okay with, honestly, because it doesn't get as wide as this one. And I was debating doing a 1x1 rib beanie, but I really like this pattern, the 2x2 watch cap pattern, and I love how the decreases look. I think they're so beautiful. I'll try to do a close-up. They kind of go like this, and they meet in the center, and I just think it's really cute, and I don't feel like it would go out of style. So that's what I want to do with this one, and I'll put this down. Last video, I was talking about how I only wanted to have 2 projects on my needles at a time, and then a couple weeks passed, or maybe not even, maybe like a week passed, and I felt over, like, this just urge to start a bunch of gift knitting all at once. And that was not a good idea. So then I put down some of the gift knits because I didn't want to work on them. And then I started a couple of the projects that I wanted for myself. So then I had about 4 or 5 WIPs just all at the same time. I put a little pause to everything, made sure that I finished the porcelain sweater, which is, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but it's by Leknit. I'll have put it in text somewhere. But I made sure that I finished this and then knocked it off my list. And then I made sure that I started my coworker's project. I'd say that I'm managing my projects okay. I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed because now I feel like this urge to cast on so many things again. But I'm trying to finish a couple projects before I can move on to the next. Okay, so my next work in progress is just a granny stitch blanket that I promised my coworker. A few months ago, she's an older lady that I work with, and she just gets so excited about all my projects. And a few months ago, she asked me if I wanted some yarn that she had, that she wasn't going to use anymore. And I said, yeah. I honestly didn't have the space for it, but I just thought it was going to be a few balls, so I felt bad, and I went ahead and I told her to bring them over. She brought me 4, and it wasn't like little trash bags, like big, like I don't know how many gallon trash, but huge. She brought me 4 bags full of just like acrylic yarn, all of it acrylic. And I don't mind, I use whatever, but I just didn't have space for, literally my closet cannot hold that much yarn. So I took it, and then what I did was I just picked out all of the ones that I thought I could use for a project for one of my friends that I had promised a while ago. And then at the same time, when she gave me that yarn, she requested a baby blanket for her nephew. And I normally I don't like crocheting baby blankets. I don't like crocheting blankets in general, honestly. Or I hadn't in the past. I just didn't have the patience for it. And you have to be really special for me to like crochet a blanket. But I said yes because I knew like the yarn that she gave me, she wanted to give me because she's so excited about my projects. And I just hadn't crocheted in a while, so I thought that might be like the perfect way to get the juices flowing again. Anyways, from the bag of yarn that she gave me, she picked out the color that she wanted, and then I added an additional color just to kind of balance it out. And this is where we're at. Just a basic granny square blanket. I honestly hadn't worked on it a lot until the drive to my parents, and that's when it really grew a lot. A few weeks ago, it was a square that was probably like this big, and then I didn't work on it for a while. I told her, she asked for it in October, and I told her that it would be done by the end of December. So I'm gonna keep my promise. I'm gonna keep working on this. It's pretty quick. It's building up pretty quick, but I am gonna say now that it's getting a little bit bigger, I'm starting to slow down a lot, which is fine. This is gonna be my project for the weekends when I have a lot of time and I can work on it uninterrupted. Right now at work, I take smaller-ish projects that I can put down easily. I wanna be able to like finish rows at a time, and just so that I can get it done. And I don't think that taking it to work is gonna be a good idea for that. So that's one WIP. Along with that was the other project that I was telling you about, that I wanted to make this crazy vest for my friend. A few years back, I crocheted her this crazy vest. I think I'll try to put a picture here or somewhere. And she took it snowboarding with her, and she really liked it, except for the fact that it was really tight on the armpits. So I promised her that one day, I didn't tell her when, but I said one day I'll make you another one and I'll make it better than the one that I gave you. And I decided that now is the time. And I'm knitting it this time. And here it is. I call it, her name is Manny. I call her Crazy Manny. She's my Crazy Manny. And this is Crazy Manny's Crazy Striped Vest. I'm taking a lot of just the build of the Sille, S-I-L-L-E vest from Petite Knit. Just the build part of it, because I didn't want to think about the numbers, and I'm just striping it, and then once I connect for the body, I'll do my own numbers, and then I'll do my own type of ribbing for it. I'm not in a hurry to make this either, but I am hoping to kind of get it done by Christmas time. I think that I will. It's very funky. I don't know that it's super cohesive, but it's just fun to work on. It's just fun to randomly pick colors and go with the flow. I feel like a lot of the projects that I make for myself, well, first of all, they're patterns written by somebody else, and I don't want anything super crazy because I want pieces that I'm going to be able to wear long term. So this is just fun, and then I get to express myself, and I'm not the one that is going to wear it. So I'm sure, I hope she likes it. I'm sure it'll pop when she's skiing or snowboarding. She snowboards. Okay. That was my third WIP. Moving on to the fourth WIP. Last time I mentioned that I really wanted to work on the Mulberry poncho by Knitwear by Joan on Instagram, and I was waiting for some yarn that I had ordered from one of the girls that I follow on Instagram. Her name is, or her handle is Tidal and Current. She sent me, or I bought from her, the Kilbourne Woolens Scout in the color Chocolate Heather. This is what it looks like. I think it's gonna show up really dark on camera. It looks almost black on camera. Every time I try to take a picture of my progress, that's what it looks like. But in person, it's this rich, like chocolatey brown. It has a lot of like red and yellow little fibers that you can't see from far away until you pull it up close to you. It's a beautiful yarn. It's been really nice to work with. It's a Peruvian wool, I believe, and I think it's 2-ply. It's just like super twisted. It's a super twisted yarn. It's definitely off gauge, and that is my bad. But when I got the yarn and I started working it up, I realized that the gauge was gonna be a little bit off, and I just went with it. I already had the yarn. I was like set on this pattern, and I think it's just gonna be a really drapey poncho. My only concern is that when I join it all together, it might weigh down and then pull the shoulders longer than it should instead of keeping its like poncho-like structure. But I think I'm just gonna cross that bridge when we get there. I'm not that worried about it. It's gonna be like a little blanket for me to be able to wear to work. And this is another one of those projects that I'm taking my sweet time with. There is something else that I am prioritizing first. So I'm working on this when I have a little bit of free time here and there, but again, I'm not in a rush. This is my progress. I made it to the first buttonhole, which is right here, right here. And then I have one more buttonhole, and I think the whole thing has to measure like 20 inches, 20 something inches, something like that. I don't remember, but I've got a long ways to go. This is about, I'd say maybe a third of, oh no, over a third of the first panel. Then I have the second panel, I have to shape it, and then I do the turtleneck. But so far so good. The yarn is really nice to work with. I struggled in the beginning with my stitches. They were a little bit tight, but I think I loosened up a little bit, and it's been working up really fine. It's been working up well. The cables have been really fun. Look at this. I hope you can see it. I know it's black, so it might just like, or it might look black, so it might just take the shape right out, but the cables have been so fun to work. It's been a really relaxing project. I'm definitely more of a product knitter, but recently I have been loving the process. Like, I love the process. I'm loving the process of that crochet blanket, and I'm loving the process of this. One thing that I was thinking about potentially doing to this and the baby blanket, actually, I forgot to mention, is maybe putting some sort of like fleece blanket underneath it, like attaching it to it. Give me 1 second, let me show you. So last year, I'm getting a little off topic here, but last year I crocheted my boyfriend a blanket. Again, I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna do something like this if you're really, really, truly like special to me. And this was a freaking pain in my booty. I love the final result, but the whole process was so long. It took me October, November, 3 months to finish. I finished it the day before his birthday. And this is what we got. It's a little throw, a Star Wars throw blanket. The pattern I got from, oh my gosh, I'm gonna put text here. She created all of these Star Wars charts, and I just copied the ones that I really liked and that I knew he liked. And then I got a random chart off of the internet for the Star Wars lettering, and then I put it all together. And then on the back, I bought a fleece that says Star Wars so that it would match. And then I just crocheted it. I poked holes in it, and then I crocheted it all together. So hold on. So that's what I wanted to, or that's what I was thinking about doing to the crochet blanket and my poncho, but it's also a little bit of a painstaking process the way that I did it. So I don't know if I'm gonna fully commit to that, but I guess you'll find out if I do or if I don't. All right, moving on to my last WIP for now. This is the one that I have been prioritizing. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it as well as I would like you to, but this is my zipper jacket by Petite Knit. I have been making progress on this. I finished the double knit band, which goes from like here all the way around to the other side, and then you just do like regular knitting all the way down. I have to knit the body for another 5 inches, and then another 4 inches of ribbing or something like that. And then I have to do the zipper plackets and the sleeves, and then maybe the pockets. I don't know, we'll see if I do want the pockets. They're afterthought pockets, which is an interesting technique that I've never done before, so it'll be something new for me. Anyways, I'm so excited about this. I had started the project, I put it on ice for a little bit to focus on this and my Lou Genzer, no, not my, oh my gosh, to focus on this and my Diane sweater from the previous video. And then I finally finished this, and I decided that that's what I wanted my next project to be. So I'm gonna finish that and then make a little bit of progress on my Mulberry poncho, but there are a couple of other things that I would like to get started on. So I guess now we'll move on to our future plans. I have never knit socks before, and I have never knit gloves before. I would like to do both for this Christmas season as part of some gift giving for some special friends, and I don't know if they're gonna come out how I want them. So I don't want to commit to saying that these are gonna be gifts for sure, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it a shot. Again, I bought these from that local yarn shop in Southern California, Buku Yarns. This is, sorry. Okay, so the socks that I'm gonna try to make, I will be using this beautiful skein of sock yarn. It's like a creamy beige base with pink, orange, and purpley speckles, and it is beautiful. I love this. This is Jam Jar Yarns in the color Elderflower. It's the Very Berry sock, or maybe no, I think the yarn base or the yarn type is called Elderflower. It's Very Berry sock, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. So this will be the main color, and then my cuffs will either be pink or green. I might do socks in green and then I think the mitts in pink, or the opposite. I'm not sure yet. I bought some double pointed needles, and I've never made a project with double pointed. I'm very much a circular needle girly, but the owner of that store, who was amazing, by the way, I loved her. She suggested that I try the double pointed needles. So I bought a pair, and I guess I'm gonna see how that goes. But I wanna finish my zipper jacket first. Then I can cast on my socks, and then work on that Mulberry poncho and my beanie. So I'll have a couple of projects going on at the same time. But sorry if you hear a noise in the background. It's my gatos, it's my little cats. But what was I saying? Okay, I want to finish my zipper jacket. Then I will give myself permission to cast on the socks or the mitts, one project first, and then focus on my Mulberry poncho and my watch cap, the blanket. But I ordered some yarn, guys. I know, I said I was on a yarn ban, and then all of a sudden more inspiration hit and I had to buy yarn. I would like to work on, in December, I would like to start the Elizabeth blouse by Petite Knit. I bought Pernelia in this beautiful, like, bright red, Filcolana Pernelia in a beautiful bright red color. And I just want a really, like, bright shirt. I want it to be loud. It's Christmas season, and I think that would just be perfect for just the whole season in general. Something bright, something happy, because I don't know about you guys, but I have been feeling this weather. It is dragging me down a little bit, and I just need something warm in my life. So that's what I'm gonna do. I am still waiting on the yarn, so unfortunately I can't show it to you right now, but when it gets here, I'll show it to you. You'll see it. I also want to work on the Sassy Cable shirt by Anna Catherine, I think. I think it's Anna Catherine. I'll put her Instagram here, and I'll show you a picture of what I want. I bought Drops Nord in this beautiful, like, olivey green color. And my balake. Hi, Papa. If you see my cat, he's just living his best life. But I bought it in a beautiful balake. I bought it in a beautiful olivey green color, and I just think that it would make a nice sassy cable shirt. Lastly, I follow a girl that goes by Crafts by Gelato on Instagram, and a few weeks ago she posted a crochet zipper sweater. She posted a crochet zipper sweater, but she also had knit details on it, and I need to recreate some version of it. I might just take a screenshot of this and post it, but this is the drawing. Listen, I was mid-recording and I didn't realize that my phone died. I'm glad I had almost made it to the very end, because I don't know what I would have done, honestly. But I'm gonna have to be quick because I only charged it just enough to finish this little piece that I was talking about. I was talking about the Crafts by Gelato crochet sweater that really inspired me, and now I want to make a version of it. Yeah, I'm excited to start it and put it together. I am not a designer by any means, but like I've said before, I've created some things for myself. I know basic sweater construction, and I know how to knit, and I know how to crochet. So I feel like it can't be that hard, or at least it's not impossible. And I would like to make a video actually documenting the whole process. So I'm gonna try really, really hard to do that and bring you guys along with me. And then hopefully in about a month and a half or so, I can be finished with it and I can post it up on here and just show you guys how I went through my process. Things like this really excite me because I do not really knit colorful, that's not true. I do knit colorful garments, but this I feel like is a whole other level of like me being able to be expressive and show my creativity. So this will just be a fun little side project that I do. And I'm excited about it. Okay, so now we're here at the end. The other thing that I wanted to mention, I think in December, I'm gonna get all of my knits together, this one included, and fix little things that some of them might be missing. For the most part, a lot of them are just missing a little elastic here. I've noticed that with my storm sweater, I've been wearing it a lot and the collar is just like a little bit loose. So I would like to bring it in a little bit. And then this one as well, it's not super loose, but I know that I want it to lay a little bit more flat because sometimes I feel like it sticks up a little bit. And I don't necessarily love that, but I know that that's a really easy fix. I just need to get all of my projects together and just have a day where I go and fix all the little things. I also want to add my little tags. I'll put up a picture because I don't know if you're gonna be able to see them well, but I got, oh, here we go. I need to be quick. These little tags that say handmade by Itzel Moreno, M Moreno, which is me. I have noticed like Petite Knit does this, and I think other designers do. They have their own labels, and I will always give a pattern writer credit where credit is due. Like I will let you guys know if I'm using a pattern to make something, no shame in that, but I just don't see why I would buy a Petite Knit label if I'm the one that makes the garments. So I'm just gonna put my own personal garment in all my patterns. Also, I don't always make Petite Knit patterns, so I'm not gonna buy a bunch of her tags and just put them on everything. It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense for me to go out and buy every other designer's tags. Anyways, it's just a weird little thing. I just think it's strange that they sell their own tags and then people sew them in. It doesn't make sense in my brain. I could be wrong. If somebody would like to explain to me why they do that or why you do that, I'd be more than happy to listen. It's not like a controversial topic, it's just an opinion. But I decided to have my own labels made, and then I could add them to my own little knit projects, and then if I design something, it'll make it that much more special. So that's another thing I want to add to all my sweaters. And then this sweater in particular, I think I might either redo the cuff at the bottom or add elastic to it. I haven't decided. But anyways, yeah, I'll do that in December. I might document it, I might not. I might just mention that I did it just for accountability purposes so that I actually get it done. And yeah, lastly, I got this little pouch from my local yarn shop in Sacramento, and it's just really, really nice to keep all of my needles. It's gonna look messy. It's not, but all my cabled Chiaogu needles are on this side, and then all of my Knitter's Dreams, I think, Dream Knit, I don't know. My circular interchangeable needles are on this side, and then my cables are in these little pouches, and then I have my little stitch markers, my counters, and my needles and all that stuff. It's just nice to have everything in one place, and then when I go and start a new project, I don't have to be looking for it in like the box that I have in my closet. Hi baby, you want to play? I'm almost done, okay? I'll be quick. He's holding, sometimes I give him like a little yarn ball just to play with, and he brings it to me when he's bored and he wants to play. It's so cute. But anyways, okay. I'm taking a little too long to end this, but that's all I have for you guys today. I am so glad that you can make it here. I'm so glad that you stayed and you listened and you watched. Like I said, I'm working to make these a little bit better. I apologize if the lighting is a little bit off. I didn't go outside this time. I stayed indoors. That being said, it's getting really dark really fast now. The sun sets at, it's set at 4:40 today, I believe. So it was like pitch black by the time I got home. And so now we just have all our Christmas lights up, and then I have a little lamp on the side, and I hope that that was enough to for you guys to be able to see clearly or semi-clearly. Anyways, I'm so glad that you can make it, and I hope to see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.